Tonight's match is presented in part by Breeze Airways, your hometown carrier for nonstop flights from Charleston to Cancun, Fort Lauderdale, and 26 other destinations. Book today at flybreeze.com. Breeze Airways, seriously nice. Alongside Ryan Davis, Michael Watring with you for this Prinx Tires USL Cup Group 6 matchup between Charleston and Pittsburgh. It's the southernmost versus the northernmost in terms of geography in this one. But look at the table as it sits right now. The top three, it's anybody's for the taking. Charleston winning both of its matches so far. Charlotte getting the extra point in the PK shootout win over Pittsburgh. But with 2 matches to go, the door is wide open. These two teams have played 47 times all time. And in the season opener this year, it was Charleston outlasting Pittsburgh 2-1.
But this Charleston team at home seems to be unstoppable, and also against Pittsburgh. They've won their last 4 competitions. Tonight, Pittsburgh has to try and get an early goal to put Charleston on their heels and apply a little bit of doubt in their home field.
Super scored in first half stoppage time. Cabrera had one in the 52nd minute, and then this own goal made it 2-1 in the 62nd minute, but the Hounds only mustered 5 shot attempts over the 90 minutes in the opener. As we take a look at our player to watch presented by Soccer 5, Malik Foster has the pedigree in this league. 6+ goal contributions in 5 of his 8 USL Championship years.
And we love the way he plays. He's like he's playing football on the beach in Montego Bay, twisting and turning in the sand. He's a trickster on the left-hand side. Of course, like you mentioned, international pedigree. He could change this game in a moment.
2023 USL League One Player of the Year, Trevor Ammon, is starting to get hot. He scored 4 goals in his last 7.
Again on the left-hand side, but he's a different style of player. He is so long at 6'1". He gets by you, good night, and he can finish with both feet, which means, just like Foster, he's a factor tonight.
As we close in on kickoff here tonight, Charleston Battery reporter Izzy Sullivan gives us some fun news from inside Patriots Point regarding former player Jackson Conway. It's Charleston and Pittsburgh closing in on kick here in the Palmetto State. We'll be back in just a moment.
Fun news from around the stadium tonight. Former Charleston Battery forward Jackson Conway is in the house, but he's not in his cleats. Conway announced his retirement at the end of last season, and now he's gone into the business world. He's actually a co-owner of Cousins Maine Lobster, and he owns the operations side of things, handling the operations throughout the state of South Carolina and Alabama. Conway's actually here in the pavilion with the Cousins Maine Lobster truck, serving up some fresh lobster rolls to fans. Charleston Battery president Lee Cohen told me that it's awesome to see former players and hear what they're up to after their time with the club. Something that he values, he said, is being able to support players throughout their careers and lives outside of the club, wherever that may take them.
I think that music is a kind of magic. As a therapist, I have seen firsthand what music can do. And because of my lottery-funded life scholarship, I was able to go to school and turn my passion for music into a career that helps others. And that is pretty magical too.
Better support means a better South Carolina, and a better South Carolina means a better you.
Return to the field. Score the winning shot. Beat your personal record. Team up with MUSC Health Sports Medicine for all your sports-related injury care and rehabilitation. MUSC Health is the official sports medicine provider for your favorite local teams. From semi-pro athletes to weekend warriors, our sports medicine team provides state-of-the-art injury prevention, treatment, surgery, and rehabilitation for athletes of all ages. Go where the pros go. Schedule an appointment today.
30 years of covering the Low Country, I know what your home means to you. Hi everyone, I'm Dean Stevens, and when it comes to heating and air or plumbing needs, I call Fix It 24/7. Why? This team is old school, do things the right way, they care. Whatever it takes to get the job done. I've seen it firsthand and why they call it legendary service. Nothing but the best for a legendary city. More than 500 5-star reviews, and I'm obviously not alone in how I feel. The next time you need service, go to fixmyhome247.com and click the Book Now button.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. And we welcome you back here to Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, Charleston, and Pittsburgh. One of the classic all-time matchups for two teams that have been playing since 1999 against each other. Getting ready for kickoff. Let's take a look at the Charleston starting 11 presented by Fix It 24/7. John Berner, the start and goal, but otherwise this is a pretty good group.
Absolutely. Smith at the back, he's going to be marshalling the troops. He's so vocal back there. But right in front of him, Ikaza, the heart and soul of this team. He has 13 fouls committed in just 6 matches. He's a bruiser and a creator at the same time. And Berry and Martinez up top can really provide a difference for this Charleston Battery team.
Berry has scored in both USL Cup matchups. Here's the Fix It 24/7 Pittsburgh 11, and it's Mike Sheridan that gets the start and goal.
But what about Robbie Mertz? I don't think he's ever stopped running since he started running about 8 years ago. He's still moving. So to Danny Griffin, they provide such a great combination and experience in the middle of the park. Goldthorpe, the left footer coming in from the right-hand side, he can fire rockets from there, and also he can create for Eamon and Al, a true number 10 on the other side.
So we're just about ready to kick things off here this evening. Malik Foster guides this group out wearing their 30th anniversary kits, commemorating the club's first title back in 1996. Red, of course, a primary secondary color for this Charleston club. And meanwhile, Pittsburgh on the other side, they have started to gain their form. 4 wins in their last 6. 3 clean sheets over that stretch. Great to have you with us. It is a jam-packed night of action in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. 9 different time windows for kickoff here tonight. This is the most popular, though. 5 matches kicking off here in the 7 o'clock window. In fact, it'll be 6 because the Loudon match is delayed, and they are going to start at the same time as our match, that Loudon-Richmond kickoff in Group 6.
I can't get my eyes off of the uniform for Charleston. It reminds me of a certain island in the Caribbean that wears red, black, and white in the CONCACAF. So I'm very excited for their uniform.
You sound a little partial with the red, white, and black. I wonder which country you might be thinking about.
They had me at red, black, and white. Just say that.
Rodrigo Albuquerque is our center referee for our matchup here this evening. Charleston has won 19 of the first 47. And matchup number 48 kicks off in the Prinx Tires USL Cup, Charleston and Pittsburgh. 2 of the top 3 teams in this group. Nobody can win the group tonight because Charleston plays Charlotte Independence in their final matchup of this fixture. Of course, Charlotte will not play this evening in Group 6. But what it does do is, if Charleston win, it basically puts them in a position where they would be unbeatable at that point in the group. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, if they win and get all 3 points, don't go to penalties, they would put the pressure on both Charlotte and Charleston for the final matchup. Long throw into the box, headed away. This ball floats in, early pressure from Pittsburgh. Knocked out, Goldthorpe hovering in the neighborhood. And finally it's sent away.
Just look at the body language by Pittsburgh. They know exactly what they need. They have to get 3 points on a very, very hard away fixture tonight. But it's very clear in what they have to do. As for Charleston, because you have that cushion, you're sort of in 2 minds. Even though the coaching staff is trying to get you all revved up as a player, you're like, yeah, but we're up by 3 points. We could get a draw here. But Pittsburgh, they're going to have to match Pittsburgh's intensity in this first 45 minutes. If Pittsburgh gets that early goal, like we said in the broadcast, everything changes, because defensively, Pittsburgh is very sound and can frustrate Charleston if they're up 1 goal to 0.
Charlotte won't play another match in the group stage until June 24th. That's when they host Greenville. So that's why the door is still open, because Charlotte playing Charleston would control its own destiny at that point in time. But 3 points, valuable nevertheless for either of these two teams. 2 points would go a long way for both. Maybe more for Pittsburgh to make a mad dash to the end. That ball spikes off the first defender. That's Kelp defending. And it goes out for a throw. Douglas Martinez will be the man that takes it. Native of Honduras.
Talk about a Swiss Army knife, can play further back at right back or come all the way forward at right wing. Coach's dream.
That ball bounces out. First corner of the match. This ball hooks in near post. It bangs off of a couple bodies. One man goes down inside of the box, and ultimately it's sent back out. Both coaches emphasized to us when we spoke with them that this is a massive matchup. They felt like it would be a playoff game in June between these two sides.
And we love it. We're really lucky to get this one. These two teams, again, you said it at the beginning of the broadcast, they know each other so well. They know their tendencies because they've had to battle for over the last few seasons. But I tell you what, this Pittsburgh team does such a good job in forcing other teams out wide, as you can see.
Martinez loops it in. First touch knocked out. Trying to twist that one through. Ultimately sent back, and Pittsburgh still unable to clear. Early pressure here. No team has created more big chances in the USL Cup than Charleston. 19 through their first two matches. Winning by 2-1 and 4-0 tallies.
And credit their coach, Perriman. He gives them the confidence to go forward. They start off in a 3-4-3, but they actually end up in a 3-2-5 going forward. As for Pittsburgh, they defend with a 4-4-2, very compact 4-4-2, and they force players out wide. And when you do go out wide, then they press you towards the sidelines. So it's going to be very interesting for Blackstock and Martinez on one side and Messer and Foster on the other to see how they handle the pressure as they try to corral them outside. Now Pittsburgh, though, they want to play through the middle. They want to go into their midfielders, such as Griffin and Mertz, because they're such experienced players. They don't necessarily want to go out wide. They want to come right down Broadway.
Let's look at Ben Pierman.
It was great to talk to you yesterday.
Fantastic. Always gives us great information. Speaking of great information, let's take a look at the keys to the match here tonight, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Charleston.
Responsible ball handling by Charleston. Yes, there are points over Pittsburgh. They are in favor in this match. Pittsburgh are the ones that have to go hunting. If Charleston are responsible with the ball, it will frustrate Pittsburgh. They'll have to overcommit. Now, Pittsburgh has to understand that and not overcommit and allow Charleston to go over the top and get easy chances.
Ball bounces inside of the 18, ultimately hustling out to pick that one up is John Berner. One of the 6 teams in the USL Cup that are a perfect 2-0. There's a great one tonight in Group 2, Colorado Springs and El Paso. The only group that features a pair of undefeated teams.
Mike, you know what's interesting with both of these teams? In their last 5 matches in any competition, they've only allowed 2 goals apiece. They've been steel tight defensively, and most of the time they command the possession, which makes the other team chase for such long periods of time. Let's see tonight who has the lion's share of possession and dictates the tempo.
Let's take a look at our injury report presented by MUSC. Jeremy Kelly unavailable here this evening. There's still a few injuries for Pittsburgh, including Bradley Sample and Beto Edrach.
No injury, but props to Colton Swan being called up for the US U19 team. thoroughly deserved.
The leading goal scorer for this Charleston team. Off to a great start and a well-deserved opportunity to go internationally with the US's youth program.
And you only get better. You go into a different camp, a new coach, a new setting, and you learn a different style. Then you bring back that style into what you're practicing in Charleston, and it only makes the player grow.
Well, Ben Pierman told us he doesn't necessarily like having an 18, now 19-year-old leading the group, but it has shown exactly what Colton Swan is made of for a team that had to replace 4 all-league players from last season, and kind of a reshaping of the group, and still an impressive start to the year.
And 3 coaches left that group. That is not easy for the head coach to replace, because you build so much trust in practice from Monday to Friday with your assistant coaches doing most of the heavy lifting. And now to lose that trust and have a new group come in, it is never easy.
There's Rob Vincent. His first full season with the team. Took over on an interim basis in October before leading the group to the championship.
Big shoes to fill, and he filled it in about 2 months. Credit to Rob Vincent. But has he gotten Pittsburgh Riverhounds to the identity that he wants? He wants to be the team, like right now, having the ball at their feet, dictating the tempo. However, sometimes the ball handling sort of falls off the pace, and they end up becoming a counter-attack team, which is great. They're versatile, but in the perfect world, he wants to be on the ball.
They gave up goals in 9 of their first 10 matches rather this season, including the US Open Cup. They've been much better defensively since that point. Now in the attack, this ball ends up in the seats. Promising start, fizzles out.
Look at the kids back there getting the ball. That's amazing. I mean, what Charleston have done with their home ground, it is absolutely special. Talk about a family environment. It just builds interest and momentum in the city for the team when the youngsters come out and support on a Saturday.
Another great night to do it here in Mount Pleasant. The sun setting.
I believe they haven't lost in their home grounds yet, correct?
They are unbeaten in the full 90 in their last 18. Of course, they lost in penalties in the East quarterfinal last year to Rhode Island 5-3. But if you're just looking at regulation, they have not lost since the Prinx or the USL group last year in May when they lost to Greenville 1-0. 14 wins, 4 draws over that period.
You get past the press here, Mike. Room to play with.
Martinez dodges, flicks it across. Empty space for Ikaza! Ikaza bangs the left post. It looked like a surefire goal for Charleston, and the captain just could not beat the white pipe.
It all started at the back. Everyone's so confident. They go around Pittsburgh's press. Remember, they want to stay compact in a 4-4-2. They go around it, eventually comes back in the middle. Have to give credit to Martinez. A peach of a ball under pressure. Gets the ball in the thick of things, in the mixer, they call it. Ikaza, he's going to dream about that one tonight, Mike. He's going to stare at the ceiling fan tonight at 2:30 in the morning, wanting that one back.
He's going to be thinking about it over the next 80 minutes plus, hoping that he can get another crack at it. Instead, we remain scoreless 11+ minutes in this Group 6 matchup of the USL Cup. The #1 spot on the line here this evening. Pittsburgh can come away with 2 points. They would tie Charleston for the top slot with 1 match to play. If they win it, they would usurp the Battery and move to the top of the group.
We've enjoyed Pittsburgh's body language in the first 10 minutes. Now, Ikaza converts that chance, Mike. All of a sudden, a little bit of desperation now sets into Pittsburgh. Now you got to go get 2 goals in Charleston's backyard.
Ball skips off the first boot. It's along the sideline as Kelt picks it up. And a chance to reset here. In the last 15 meetings in Charleston. Pittsburgh have only won twice. And they have not won since August of 2021 when Alex Dixon bagged a brace, the all-time leading goal scorer in this fixture.
So you're seeing there's a chance.
Kaza again pulls away from the pack. Breaks past Souza, leaves it out wide. Circling with a cross, Kelp slides and knocks it into the air, out for another Charleston corner.
They do such a good job to change gears quickly. And look at this ball under pressure from Martinez. Ikaza gets past his first man. A peach of a shot. I mean, it comes off the post. You can't ask for anything better other than 2 inches to the right.
Just completely squared it up.
Game of inches. But I'm seeing Malik Foster drift over to the right-hand side with Martinez. I mean, I believe they want to go around this Pittsburgh press rather than come back through the middle. Hence the reason Foster with Martinez out far on that right-hand side.
And let's see, the former Pittsburgh Riverhound, Langston Blackstock, who Ben Pierman has told us that they originally signed him to be a fullback after he played wingback in Pittsburgh, and he's kind of in between roles with Charleston, playing as both a winger and a wide midfielder.
And he made sure to tell us he's one of the unsung heroes of this group. He fits in whatever the team needs, but he looks very disappointed here.
And it appears as though he is going to have to come off the field, and Charleston is going to have to make an early sub. Looks like it's going to be Wilmer Cabrera that replaces Blackstock as he continues to get loose on the sideline. Early change here in this one with Blackstock being forced to come out. And there is Cabrera, the 25-year-old forward from Columbia. He had the game winner in the first fixture between these groups in 2026.
Another dribbler for Charleston to take on the fullbacks of Pittsburgh.
This corner kick sidewinds across. Cabrera's first touch goes back to the initial corner taker. Back towards the penalty dot, and Ikaza wins the header. He spies where he potentially thought he should have put the ball. Instead it goes right back to the keeper, Mike Sheridan.
Good sequence for Charleston, though. Twice now in the last, I would say, 3 or 4 minutes, they've gotten behind that Pittsburgh defense. They've won corners on both occasions. And now the team has a little bit of belief now when they're playing the ball out of the back and Pittsburgh come forward, marauding forward in a press. Again, Pittsburgh want to play through the middle.
Ends up out wide once more. This ball hooks in. It's an empty header for Ammon. And that is one that he normally puts in the back of the net.
Well, the former Stetson Hatter, Charles All, a true number 10, going out wide. He puts this one on a platter for Ammon. I mean, top of the 6-yard line. Just like Ikaza, he's going to think about that one tonight. Great ball in, and look at, he understands how good of a chance that was. Best chance of the game so far.
Foul whistled here, and a quick restart as well. Miguel Berry was putting it back into play, and Rodrigo Albuquerque didn't like that, so he's going to bring the ball back to midfield. Enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on the screen and enter today.
Pittsburgh in the past have shown how dangerous they are on that left-hand side, though. They have Kelp tonight on that left-hand side, but with Charles All, he usually partners up with the left back. As the left back comes around with the left foot, Charles All with the right foot just sort of creeps into that little half space. And Pittsburgh have exploited that space throughout the season on that left-hand side.
Ball rolls all the way back. Ikaza chases. And forces the misfire.
Everybody's wearing banana peels tonight.
Cabrera cuts through 2. His pass gets intercepted. Goldthorpe. Here's Charles All.
Well, so far, I have to say that Pittsburgh are the ones dictating the pace of the game. They've had most of the possession so far, but Charleston, we mentioned, has gotten behind Pittsburgh, their backline, on 2 occasions.
That ball skips off of the foot of Appanonu, and he's not going to be able to recover it, and it's going to be a corner here for Pittsburgh on an unforced error.
Close to 60% possession for Pittsburgh in the opening almost 20 minutes. And what about these guys? Don't tell them that. Drums from the beginning to the end.
Brilliant atmosphere here in Mount Pleasant.
The drums get into your soul. I mean, it really gives you that extra step. If you're tired, it moves you on for another 5 to 10 minutes. It makes a huge difference playing at home and having your fans behind you.
Goldthorpe lines up this corner, guides it across. It's punched away by Burner, and it stays out for a throw.
Well, what a plus to have a 35-year-old veteran in goal tonight, Burner. Goalkeepers get better with age. They're like fine wine. And Burner is just the man that Charleston need tonight. Understandably, he's playing most of the cup games and the league games. Has been a little sparse for the 35-year-old.
This throw inside of the 18 hits the first head. Finally, it's carried away. Charleston looked to break. It's last touch by Charleston. To your point about John Burner, the last time he was a full-time starter was 2021 with Memphis. He made 6 starts until he tore his Achilles. That's when he was with Ben Pierman in Memphis. And really over the last decade or so, he has been a backup goalkeeper. But it does say something about a player that's 35 that consistently has a job available wherever he goes.
So much of goalkeeping is positioning, and when you've seen so much action, you can anticipate where the ball is going to go next. And being a vocal leader like Burner is, it really helps that backline. It breeds confidence into the backline. What about this guy, Smith? I mean, just an anchor in the back of Charleston's backline.
Martinez resets. To your point about Smith, who knows where Charleston would be on the group right now, if not for his 93rd minute game winner against Loudoun in the first game of the group stage of this tournament. It'll be a much different looking Group 6 table. Instead, the Battery still atop the charts. Ball flicked forward. Foster shakes through 2. Sean Suber recycles, and then across the field. Pass intended for Messer. Taken away. Goldthorpe settles. Curls it around the back line. Ammon chases after it.
Beauty. Now they have field positioning. Now they can move up as a group. That was a great outlet pass. Completely took the sting out of the play. And now Pittsburgh has comfortable possession now.
Bassett gets bumped, appeals for a foul. Instead, he's the last man to touch it as it trickles out.
Tough for the referee. It's a bump from behind. That's a tough one. I mean, I've seen it been called before. And in the attacking third, I do want to see those free kicks being called.
Well, that's an aggressive play there, and he might have had to do it. Mike Sheridan hits it away, quickly gets back into a 6.
Again, they go around that press from Pittsburgh, again on that right-hand side. Malik Foster has his speed to run onto those balls.
Mertz sends it up the field.
For a team that has to get a win tonight, again, they've carved out the best chance with Alta to Arman, who missed his header from 6 yards out. But the body language is just incredible for Pittsburgh. Don't think Coach Vincent can ask for anything more of his players in the opening 23 minutes.
Martinez works his way up the field. Is this the moment for Charleston?
It's an important sequence. Everyone needs to get a touch of the ball, get their confidence going. Pittsburgh has had the lion's share with now 55%. Charleston at home, their fans want to see them have possession.
Great crowd here this evening. Watch this matchup. Charleston looking to pay that off with a goal.
Again, Pittsburgh in that 4-4-2, and as soon as it comes out wide, they want to pin them. Charleston understanding that, hook the ball back inside. Pittsburgh won it, but they understood if they did go out wide, they'll be in trouble with Pittsburgh corralling them to the side.
A foul there and a free kick for Pittsburgh. Battery matches are the perfect place to make lifelong memories with your friends and family. Your group of 10 or more can enjoy discounted tickets, exclusive on-field experiences, and private hospitality areas to catch the match. Visit charlestonbattery.com to learn more and plan a memorable night at Patriots Points. Well, here comes the build once more. All. Thought about bending that in. Martinez nullifies the first chance. Bassett. Pass Mertz. A chance to counter now for Charleston. A trio joined the party. In the end, though, a chance to reset. Foster.
Beautiful.
Give and go from Ikaza. Foster loops it around, resetting the stage. Messer back to it. Messer mashes it across.
When you get to the byline, you only have two options. Either you drag it back on top of the penalty spot for someone to try and arrive late, or you chip it to the last post. Malik Foster took the second route, just nobody showing up there.
Corridor of uncertainty closes a little bit, right?
Absolutely.
This is about what we expected for 25 minutes. Two teams finding their form, playing a stalemate so far. Messer crosses again into a dangerous location. It's sent right back to him, and you can see Messer, he leads the team with 4 assists during the USL's regular season, and he put that ball on a platter for somebody, but nobody was nearby.
Eat your heart out, David Beckham. I mean, that guy just whipped the ball right around the fullback and put it into the mix-up. We've had good crosses by Martinez. Now Messer got a good cross by Foster. So while getting around that press, the deliveries have been at a high quality so far for Charleston. You just need Berry and company to try and finish one. Wasn't Smith's best moment.
Rare misfire there by the 30-year-old.
And despite just being A lot of possession right here, and both teams really trying to impose their will on the game. It's been at a high caliber, at a high clip. Both teams very confident on the ball. There have been no mismanagement of the ball handling. Both teams very strong, getting around each other's press. So despite it being 0-0, certainly the standard of this game has been so high. Beautiful.
Goldthorpe pushes it wide. Oh, right back. Goldthorpe in a pocket. Goldthorpe smashes it, and that is a great save by Burner, denying a great chance by the 24-year-old from England.
Well, they love to come through the middle and go through those little pockets. Just the pocket right in front of the defense before the midfield. Goldthorpe trying to just bend it into that far corner, but Burner read it all the way. As soon as he went to the right foot, he knew he was going to go to that last post. Anticipation, positioning, 35 years old, that's why he's in goal.
Things are brewing here for the Hounds. Ball goes away. You're talking about two teams that at the beginning of the year were trying to find their identity. Think about Charleston. They had 1 win in 6 matches over a 1-month window from March 28th to April 22nd. Since that point, they've won 4 of their last 5. They've outscored their foes 12-2. Conversely for Pittsburgh, the start of the year was okay, but they gave up a bunch of goals. They gave up at least 2 in each of their first 4, but they've given up now 1 or less in their last 6, and they have taken points in 5 of those 6 and outscored teams 10-3. So, at the beginning of the year, trying to find their form, teams that are starting to peak right now in the middle of the season, and that's why both coaches said that this very well could be a playoff match and a playoff preview in the USL.
Yeah, Pittsburgh finding back their, talk about identity, finding their defensive posture, their togetherness when pressing. And now it's so abundantly clear how strong they are through the middle and how they are willing to concede the sides. But as soon as the ball goes out to the side, then it's mayhem with yellow shirts swarming.
Will either side get a goal in the next quarter hour before halftime? So far, we are scoreless at the half-hour point of this match. Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and our team with you here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina for this Group 6 Prinx Tires USL Cup matchup. These two teams started the night. First for Charleston, Pittsburgh was in third, separated by 2 points with Charlotte Independence. Right in the middle with 5 points. Anything can happen amongst those top 3 teams in this group. But what we do know, if Charleston wins this, they would need just a win, or really, I guess, just 2 points against Charlotte in the finale to clinch their spot in the knockout stages. Of course, of the 7 groups, the group winner advances, and there's 1 extra spot for 1 runner-up.
And Charleston and Pittsburgh have, I'm not going to use that word pedigree anymore, they have the substance to survive both the USL Championship and the Cup. They have enough roster depth to compete on 2 ends. When things start to thin out during the league, players get injured, fatigue starts setting in. Other teams who can't boast that sort of quality from 1 to 23 start to fall to the wayside as teams like Pittsburgh and Charleston continue to battle on 2 fronts.
They have identical 5-4-1 records in the league and identical +1 goal differentials. These two teams on paper are very, very similar. At this point in the year, Charleston starting to get their health back in order with Chris Allen coming back into the fold, as well as Alec Hughes. And of course, Pittsburgh has Albert Dikwa continuing to provide his goal scoring punch. He's available off the bench tonight.
Tonight, if there's just one little Achilles heel for Pittsburgh, I mean, Amon, he's playing the number 9 tonight, and he's versatile. But is he a true number 9? Because he plays out to the left, he can come out to the right. Someone like Berry, who likes to stay in the middle and shoot all day long, has that number 9 quality. Does Pittsburgh have that player, that greedy player, get me the ball anywhere around the 18-yard box, and it's going to be in the back of the net, or I'm going to put the goalkeeper under pressure. Do they have that player? I mean, Albert Dikwa is one of the toasts of this league. He's not playing tonight, of course. He is that type of player. But Pittsburgh need a goal tonight, and I think that area of the field has to be, let's say, taken care of.
Well, that is just poor on the giveaway, and recovered well by giving up a throw and not being able to get out of their own back end. Trevor Ammon does force the turnover.
I take it back. You don't need a number 9 if Charleston are going to give away the ball 25 yards from goal.
Aaron Barnes will walk all the way down the field to take this, his 3rd season with the Hounds. Still just 25 years of age and has found a consistent role for this group. Spins it into the box, it bounces out. Mertz destroys that ball, but it slices into the first couple rows of that corner of the bleachers.
Can't say anything too bad about Robbie Mertz. Boy, does he show up consistently for this Pittsburgh team. The creative spark behind that front 3, but he also has the industry to go from box to box. So he's not just creative, he can also break up plays as well. He's what we call a two-way midfielder.
One of the 3 players in club history with at least 20 goals and 20 assists. Oof. Heavy collision, no whistle. Mertz gets that ball back. Foster tries to hunt it down. Instead, it flies down the field and out of the reach of Ammon. The Charleston Battery are right back here at Patriots Point on Saturday, June 13th, as they take on FC Tulsa. Kickoff for that match is at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone at SeatGeek.com/Charleston Battery tickets. Another run here through the middle of the field. Excellent ball in. A strong touch, however, allows Griffin to get back to it and ensures that Sheridan skies it away.
Well, it doesn't happen too often, but Charleston actually finding some space in the middle of the park through this Pittsburgh team. And Barry, the Spaniard, makes such good decisions. He's not only someone who's willing to take the responsibility and score, but he has the wherewithal and the technique to create for other players.
Onu. Messer. Mertz commits the foul this time, and in doing so, Goldthorpe gets taken down by Cabrera. Bit of physical match so far.
Well, this is Pittsburgh versus Charleston, and if you expect just a stroll in the park, just forget it. This is Souza telling Barry hello in the middle of the park. Barry takes a little while to bounce back up, and then right after is this challenge. Yellow shirts just collapsing. That's Robbie Mertz again, that creative player, willing to stick his foot in there and give up the foul. That is the message Pittsburgh is sending Charleston at this moment. Charleston has to raise their intensity to match Pittsburgh if they're going to come out of this match at least with a draw.
10 minutes to go before halftime. 0-0 the score. Charleston might be more delighted with a draw here this evening, considering their positioning on the table and knowing that a home match against Charlotte would be the deciding factor for the group. Always that extra point in penalties play a key factor, and the Battery get a corner kick.
Well, there's the overload again on the right-hand side. Taking a chance, making sure Charles All for Pittsburgh comes all the way back to pick up his defensive responsibilities. Kelp on that left-hand side has to, who's not played a bunch of matches this year, has to pick up the responsibility of Foster and company. So Charleston, highway down the right-hand side, and pressured Pittsburgh's left.
Nathan Messer back on top. Messer swings it across, and Sheridan gets fouled.
I love that delivery. Sheridan, quite right, he picks up the free kick, but it puts so much pressure on goalkeepers and centre-backs when they're facing their own goal.
Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th for a USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. Unbeaten Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. Catch all the action on CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th. Somebody finally take all 3 points against Tampa Bay. But finally here we see a yellow card, and you can see several people getting in there with the official, appealing perhaps for maybe more than just the yellow. It is shown here. It's going to go on.
Well, this
Lassa Kelp.
Yep, he poor control. It gets away from him and just lunges into the, I believe it was Martinez. But in modern day football, you cannot just lunge if you're out of position, and that has really left a mark on Martinez. If the studs were up any higher, Kelp would be in the showers.
You fine with just the yellow though?
I'm fine with just the yellow. But it just goes back to the whole storyline of this is what it means for Pittsburgh. They understand what's at stake tonight. They're throwing everything behind it. Any 50-50, they're going in a lot more, let's say, with the intensity than Charleston. Again, possession count 61% now to Charleston, who's now flipped the script with possession. They are the ones starting to dictate the pace.
Kelp is the first man in the books.
And
remember that Blackstock has already been taken off, so you've already had to use a sub. So
yeah,
with this being looked at a little bit longer, that is something that before halftime the Battery could ill afford.
Now let's remember this. There may have to be a change at halftime for Kelp's position. He's on a yellow card, and this Charleston team has shown everyone in the stadium they're coming on the right-hand side with Martinez and Foster trying to stop us.
Charleston have been great in this USL Cup at scoring goals. They're 6th of the second most out of any team. Only Lou City has more with their 8.
Despite the possession, Pittsburgh has a higher expected goal, 0.64 compared to 0.24 for Charleston.
I'm sure a lot of that weighted into the Ammon header in the 16th minute.
Yes.
That he just missed the target. Pro lifts garage doors, free kick. Messer connects again. This ball is snatched out of the sky by Sheridan, and he wants to go fast. He tosses this ball all the way up the park. Ammon funnels it through the middle. And trying to cut back there was Bassett, and he stumbles and boots it back for John Berner. A player that Ben Pierman says is like fine wine, gets better as he ages.
I love the adventure, starting with Sheridan. Eamon, he just tries to cut it back, and the ball hits his left heel rather than missing the left heel and getting on his left foot.
42nd minute of a scoreless group stage match in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Bragging rights in the group on the line here this evening, and Douglas Martinez makes it another corner here in this first half of the Battery.
Corner number 4 for Charleston. Again, all on that right-hand side. And Messer, with that educated left foot, is now going to have another go at Sheridan and get that ball right in between Berry and the goalkeeper.
Messer has been with Rhode Island, Portland Hearts Sapine. And now his 3rd stop in 3 pro seasons. after spending time at Providence for his final season of collegiate action in 2023. Messer finds it across. It bounces out. Second shot attempt gets denied, and Sheridan pops that over the top.
Great save. I love how Charleston reacted, but this is all Sheridan. Another peach of a ball by Messer. There's nothing much Pittsburgh can do with it. Fires it back in, point blank range, and gets a fingertip to it. That was top corner on the far side. 1-0 Charleston if he didn't get a fingertip. Fantastic reactions. Is what we see, a blinder.
Big save from Sheridan. Another corner, number 5 of the match. Couple minutes to go before halftime. It would be backbreaking for Pittsburgh to concede. Burner. It's his long pass, pilfered by Barnes. Goldthorpe gives it right back to Barnes. And a foul. Unnecessary there from Graham Smith. Pittsburgh gets a free kick in a really good location here in the final minutes of the first half.
Pittsburgh looks so good again. Looking at Ventros at Barnes now starting to overlap. Smith just snuffing the attack out. Let's just call it a professional foul. Guess his players now behind the ball.
Thorpe and Bassett are the two that are debating their choices here. And it looks like it will just be Bassett with that right foot. Thorpe still nearby. And it will be Goldthorpe. Centers it inside of the box. Misses everybody and bounces out.
What a delivery. When the center backs are facing their own goal, the corridor of uncertainty, and he put that exactly where he was supposed to. Everybody just sort of stood still, and the ball just whizzed past that last post.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. We'll get 2 minutes of stoppage time here, brought to you by MUSC Health Sports Medicine. Stopping and starting, Martinez puts it into the mixer. Goldthorpe hauls it in. A chance to break out here. Mertz tucks it around one defender all the way forward for All. Charles All dashes inside of the 18. Ooh. He crushes just high, just wide. Had some choices. This time All goes by himself and misses.
Had Bassett showing up to the party late, asking for it on top of the 18-yard box. Charles All, you can't mind this. Robbie Mertz, beauty of a pass again. Now All being aggressive, a typical number 10. Tries to just bend it into that far post. Love the adventure. That's what he's supposed to provide. You can't get too angry if you're a coach.
A match with all the intrigue of a postseason game is living up to that billing here, and the intensity will only amplify at half number 2 with valuable points on the line here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup.
What a game to attend. Pittsburgh and Charleston, a lot to play for. A week before the World Cup, so much happening with soccer in this country, and now you get an absolute doozy.
Doesn't get any better than supporting your local club on a night like tonight.
Yeah.
Action-packed affair. That ball ends up with Mertz after a delightful touch. Maybe one more chance. Instead, it will go out, and likely that will be the last moments of this first half. Indeed it is. First half whistle blows, and it's lived up to the billing, 0-0. But both sides have had chances. Ikaze at the post in the 11th minute. There have been a couple good chances for Pittsburgh at the other end.
Intensity. That's what summarizes that first half. The tackling, the passing has been so crisp. Charleston have done a great job to get around Pittsburgh's press and create some chances. They've had 4 corners or 5 corners to 1 or 2 to Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh, again, doing a great job in providing that intensity. They had the best chance with Amon with that header on top of the 6-yard box. It could so easily be 1-0.
Halftime in South Carolina. It is scoreless at the break. Stick with us. We'll take a look at episode 5 of Inside the Pitch with midfielder Chris Allen when we come back. First half highlights as well. But with 45 minutes in the books, it's Charleston 0 and Pittsburgh 0. We're back with more in just a moment.
And now, a Pepper Law Firm corner kick.
The Pepper Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the Charleston Battery, where winners win.
Declare your purpose at Charleston Southern University, offering a wide range of undergraduate degree programs, including majors like aeronautics, engineering, business, and education. CSU is committed to providing you with a biblical worldview and a cutting-edge education. The campus experience includes Division I athletics, small class sizes, intramural sports, and more, all at the only Christian university in the Lowcountry of South Carolina. Join the Buccaneer family and apply today at charlestonsouthern.edu.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Scoreless at halftime here for our Sport Yard halftime report. Michael Watring and Ryan Davis back with you. And a short clip from episode 5 of Inside the Pitch with host Izzy Sullivan and midfielder Chris Allen. And be sure you can watch the full episode on the Battery's YouTube channel.
"42 clubs in the USL Championship and League One will form 7 groups filled out by region. Each club will play 4 group matches, and when the dust settles, the 7 group winners will advance along with 1 wildcard team, not 2 wildcards like last year. The remaining 8 clubs will be drawn into 4 quarterfinal matches with 1 stipulation. The wildcard cannot be drawn against its group winner. The 4 quarterfinal winners will then be drawn for the semifinal round, with the 2 finalists drawn to determine the host for the Prinx Tires USL Cup final.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
We're gonna play a fun game, World Cup, would you rather? Off the dome, ready? England win the World Cup or Newcastle win the Premier League 3 times in a row?
Oh gosh. England win the World Cup. I'm confident in Newcastle.
Okay.
In years to come, being a competitor anyway. And
you just want it to come home.
Yeah.
Really badly. Okay, prime Rooney or prime Kane for 1 tournament run?
Prime Rooney.
Have prime David Beckham or current Jude Bellingham?
I'm gonna have to go with Bex.
Really? Wow.
I think so, yeah.
VAR saves England in a final or no VAR forever?
No VAR forever.
Really?
Yeah. Honestly.
I was not expecting you to say that. Okay. Front row at every World Cup match or every Newcastle match?
I guess if I chose England, I'd be able to make a bit of a trip vacation out of it.
True.
And go around the world, so.
Okay, so front row at every World Cup match? Okay.
I'll say hi up Newcastle.
We gotta send this video to FIFA, get you. Would you rather have a World Cup in England and not go to a game, or have the World Cup in another country and go to every game?
Yeah, I'll go to every game.
In another country? Okay. If you could bring back one England legend for this World Cup, who would it be?
I have to say Paul Gascoigne.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Yikes. Gonna have to look that up after this.
Scoreless at the break here in Charleston between the Battery and the Riverhounds in the 48th all-time meeting. Halftime brought to you by Sportyard. Let's take a look at how things are shaping out around the rest of the Cup. 8 matches currently going on. There are 5 at halftime. And this is what the schedule looks like here this evening. Coming up, I think you have to circle that match on the left there. Switchbacks, El Paso, 2 teams that are undefeated in this group. 2 action at 2-0. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN+.
Delicious. Also that Oakland Las Vegas game, the nightcap, should be fun as well. 2 attacking teams.
There is one match tomorrow. It's at 3 o'clock Eastern time, Brooklyn and Portland Hearts of Fun. That is Group 5 action on this very busy weekend. So that's what's coming up later. What about what is happening currently right now? Well, Tampa Bay leads Sporting Jacks 2-0 in their matchup. Goals about 10 minutes apart. Sebastian Cruz in the 35th, MD Myers in the 45+2. So it's 2-0, Rowdies out in front at halftime. Otherwise, a lot of stalemates, a lot of 0-0 tallies through 45.
Yeah, everyone is playing in the fashion of a cup, and it should be played that way. There's a lot at stake. Of course, penalties is always looming right after 90 minutes, so no one wants to give an inch to lose the match 1-0. They rather go to 0-0 and solve it in penalties.
We're scoreless here as well. Charleston and Pittsburgh 0-0 through 45. Two of the top three teams in Group 6. We'll step out for a break. We'll take a look at the first half highlights and have the second half kick when we return.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The drama is building in all groups. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from League One and the championship. The lone unbeaten club in both leagues is putting up dominant numbers in a 2026 turnaround. The Tampa Bay Rowdies have scored first in all 13 of their matches in all competitions this year. But if you break it down to just 11 games in the championship, the Rowdies have outshot their opponents 50-28 so far. Congratulations to Greenville Triumph for opening the latest of the new stadiums in League One. The Triumph began play in GE Vernova Park with a win over Forward Madison. League One now boasts 3 brand new stadiums in 2026. Young players are starting to earn more and more playing time in League One and the USL Championship. How about Santiago Higuereta from AV Alta? He scored his first professional goal in Week 12. At age 17 years, 249 days old, Higuereta is the youngest goal scorer in AV Alta history, and he beats out Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence by 43 days for the League One youngest player to score this season. Upcoming national spotlight games next Wednesday, the Rowdies and Charleston Battery, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, and Las Vegas and Orange County on the CBS Sports Network. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Halftime in Mount Pleasant, 0-0 is your score. Michael and Ryan back with you here. And before we kickstart half number 2 here between the Battery and the Hounds, let's look back at the first half. That, yes, it's a stalemate on the scoreboard, but both sides were able to generate some really good looks at goal, including in the 11th minute. This was Douglas Martinez throwing this ball into a great spot. First half highlights presented by Truly, and Emilio Acaza nearly started the score.
He did everything right. His trap beat the defender, and he could only find the first post and not inside the first post. Best chance so far, but Pittsburgh will respond right back. I believe it was Charles All on that far side who was overlapping. And Aman is asking for it. He gets it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You gotta put that on target.
Missed the frame entirely. And then 12 minutes later, it's Elliot Goldthorpe in a great position, uncorking one.
And Bernard just using that experience, sort of anticipating the side of the goal that Bassett was gonna go. Picked right. and made a comfortable save in the end.
In the waning moments of the first half, though, it was another corner kick, and it had to be Mike Sheridan to save the day.
Nessa's deliveries have been taunting all day long, and Sheridan with a blinder to keep this score at 0-0 going into the half.
Here are your first half stats from this matchup. This is a Charleston team that has only given up 5 shots on target in the Prinx Cup so far, and the Hounds have only mustered 1 through 45.
Well, after a slow start without the ball, they finally got on the ball, and then they started to dictate the pace of the game. Pittsburgh now is the ones chasing, and that's going to start taking a toll towards the end of the match if that trend continues. 5 corners to 1. It just shows how many times Charleston has gotten around the back line, and Pittsburgh has had to use evasive measures.
Pittsburgh have scuffled on the road. They have just 1 win in their 6 road trips in 2026. Meanwhile, Charleston have 5 wins and no losses in their 6 home matches at home. And these two teams have played a boatload over the years, 47 times. There are only 1 team for each side that they have played more frequently than each other in their club's history. And the Battery have won each of the last 4 times these teams have met. The last 3 have been 2-1 tallies, but so far in this one, 0-0 through 45. There was a change before halftime. That was Langston Blackstock coming off the field and Wilmer Cabrera coming in. And our second half starts here in Mount Pleasant. Great to have you with us, Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and the rest of our team enjoying this one with you. No halftime substitutes. Pittsburgh in the yellow and black kits. Meanwhile, Charleston dons their 30th anniversary kits with the red, black, and whites, and we get an immediate yellow card here in this second half of play.
Well, we've seen Pittsburgh be so physical in this first half. Malik Foster just creeps in behind and dragged down by Bassett right in front of the referee. You can see the hand trailing there. And the referee, the green shirt, saw it. Yellow card immediately comes out. And now we have players such as Kelp and Bassett on yellow cards. So the physicality, you love the mentality, but can the physicality be maintained as the cards begin to stack up?
Charleston have not picked up a card so far. Hounds will have to deal with 2 men sitting on yellows. For the restart, it bounces towards the 18. All angles it up the field. And a reset here. Charleston beat Loudoun in their first game of the group 2-1. They led 1-0 before an equalizer before halftime, and then Graham Smith won it in the 93rd minute. And their second match, they blew out Richmond by a 4-0 margin, 2 goals in each half, 4 different goal scorers in that game. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, they crushed Greenville in their first match. Trevor Ammon had a brace in a 3-0 victory. And then it was a seesaw affair, 1-1 against Charleston. They scored their equalizer in the 82nd minute from Jorge Garcia, but they lost 4-2 in penalties. So that's why they sat in 3rd, Charleston in 1st, and Charlotte right in the middle in 2nd place with the door wide open in Group 6.
Hats off to Charlotte Independence, coming in between 2 big boys, Pittsburgh and Charleston, and holding their own. It's exactly the reason why USL has this cup, for players, for teams like Charlotte to make some noise.
That ball slips through the hands of Sheridan, and somehow Charleston cannot put it away. Instead, advantage played here. It is all. He gets bumped. Finally, the whistle comes. It's going to be a yellow card as well. And what a sequence that was. Nearly catastrophic from Pittsburgh. Instead, it leads to a booking.
Well, Sheridan uncharacteristically takes his eye off the ball at the last minute and then loses it. What a chance that would have been to convert that to 1-0. Now it's Cabrera, the substitute. And now Ikaza in midfield, the heart and soul of this team, now on a yellow card. That is, of course, coaches have not only respect but confidence for their star players. But now Ikaza is walking a tightrope in the middle of the park. He's going to have to pull out of some challenges to avoid the red.
So now he joins the yellow card party. We're in the opening minutes of this second half of play. Here's Mertz.
I have to say, the field looks very hard. Like it's almost winter, you know?
Ball bounces off of a foot this time. It goes out for a Pittsburgh corner. Just their second of the match.
What is it with that right side on that far side? We've seen so many corners now in the opening 50 minutes. Now Messer for Charleston has delivered some beauties for the home side. Can Pittsburgh match that quality and test winner?
Goldthorpe. Saucers. Couple heads. Ultimately sent away. As far as midfield and Barnes. Resets the target. Guiding this ball across. It misses everybody. It goes out for a goal kick.
Love the pace and whip. Again, Pittsburgh asking the question.
With soccer season in full swing, SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. You get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. We were talking with Ben Pierman this week, and he spoke about this matchup in particular. Felt like both teams are very tough teams. That's why we've seen the physical play. He said, though, that he would like to see his team play tougher and really kind of harness what they did in the first meeting this year in the season opener, where he felt like they were a tough team, not just from a physicality standpoint, but a team that was very difficult to play against. And he complimented Pittsburgh. He said they were leaking goals early in the season, but they have been able to weaponize their defense of late, and that has been a big reason why they've been so successful.
Counter-pressing. They do such a good job in the attacking third in recovering the ball. And of course, if you recover the ball there, your 2 passes into the box. That seems to be such a, like you said, a weapon they've been using.
He said that they've been exceptional at restarts this year. Credit to Ian Cameron and Rob Seaton for their efforts. And of course, he did say I'm going to say that now, and it's going to end up costing us here tonight. But so far, so good in their defensive restarts in this matchup.
You know, you mentioned 2-1 a little while ago. A lot of these scores finished at 2-1. The quality in which this game is being played, I could see 2-1 here tonight.
Will be the one that breaks through first in this one. You feel like if either team can score a goal, the whole complexion of the game changes.
Yes, once the ball gets in the back of the net, confidence, of course, rises for the team that does score, and then desperation rises on the other side.
Are getting ready to make a change. Max Vieira rather, is getting ready to come in for Sam Bassett. Another great crowd on hand here in the Palmetto State. Really enjoying the festivities here tonight.
Well, we shouted out Martinez being such a versatile player. Max Vieira is one of those type of players as well that can play across the midfield for Coach Vincent. So with Bassett having to come out with a bit of a knock, Vieira can seamlessly just slip in and fill that gap.
Also playing on a yellow, so he goes off the field. It's going to be a long throw here. Benonu get a second chance at this.
It looked like a baseball pitch just on the outside corner, going away from the right-hander.
Another go at it here for Appanonu.
Look how flat it is.
A lot of Pittsburgh jerseys in there, and Appanonu resets. Malik Foster. Appanonu. To the wide side, Martinez.
Charleston will be wary when they have possession. When you have possession against a team like Pittsburgh, you almost have to anticipate if the ball is given away. So the players who aren't involved in the attack almost have to take up a defensive posture.
For a goal kick here. Eight different matches currently going on right now, and there's only 2 that are multi-goal games. Everything else is either tied or a one-goal matchup. Appanonu sends it forward, skips off of Bakamov. Goes down Goldthorpe. Was ready to take the throw, leaves it back for Barnes.
There's
10 minutes into the second half.
There's that bite from the Riverhounds again in the middle of the park.
No foul. Official says he didn't see anything. Kelp, who's playing on a yellow card, was the one that might have committed the foul against Foster, and you can see Foster's reaction.
Well, it was a 50-50. Kelp had every right to go after it, so too Foster. But Foster's stance wasn't as firm. He gets back up, and it looks like the toe of Kelp hit into the ankle of Foster on the follow-through, inadvertent.
Either side get a goal, or will we need to go to the penalty shootout to decide the extra point given away here this evening as that ball rolls out for a corner kick?
Don't ever underestimate the good old corner flag pass when under pressure. Caught the fullback this time. It was Kelp again who concedes the corner kick.
Number 6 of the game, Nathan Messer again. Reddy's with this ball. Messer floats it in. One man hits the deck. The ball goes right back out. A second chance for some pressure here with the sun setting. Off in the distance on this end of the field. Messer. Ball is going to end up out of play.
Coach Perriman was telling us that they had to switch the points of attack quickly from one side to the other because Pittsburgh is so good at corralling on one side. So as soon as Pittsburgh came across to this near side, they tried to just switch it to that far side as quickly as they could. Unfortunately, the player lost their footing.
Battery matches are the perfect place to make lifelong memories with your friends and family. Your group of 10 or more can enjoy discounted tickets, exclusive on-field experiences, and private hospitality areas to catch the match. Visit charlestonbattery.com to learn more and plan a memorable night at Patriots Point. Will tonight be a memorable evening here for the fans? On the home field, it has quite often been for Charleston. 14 wins in their last 18 on this field. They haven't lost in the full 90 since May 31st of 2025. That was a 1-0 setback to Greenville. Would one be enough here tonight? Half hour or so left.
It's been very physical throughout this match. Total duels won. I mean, Pittsburgh have been fantastic in winning their recoveries.
Ball hits a couple different people, but it was Pittsburgh that was the last group to touch it. You wonder if Rob Vincent will pull out the Humbert Dequa card here in the next 5-10 minutes.
I think you should. I mean, this game says so much for this group. And it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to go. Absolutely play the Dequa card. Nothing to lose.
Charleston don't quite have the Nick Marcanics, MD Myers, Cal Jennings of the world available. This ball goes up top. Goldthorpe is in. Goldthorpe skies it thanks to a deflection from one of the final defenders.
Well, Charles All is the one pulling the strings. Starts with Mertz. All finds his seam. There's Goldthorpe. Took one touch here. Maybe one too many touches. And the window closed very quickly.
It's Graham Smith that gets the block. Really well handled there. Had to do it. And at the 1 hour mark, Pittsburgh a chance at a corner here. Third of the match for the Hounds. Goldthorpe has had a couple good chances in the box. Now he tries to set the stage. Chips it into the 18. Martinez, the first man to meet it. Barnes.
You have to do better than that. You have to get past your first defender to give your centre-backs a chance.
Burner, sure-handed.
Now let's look at Burner's his body language. I mean, he wants to get the ball back in pretty quickly. That just tells the story of this Charleston team. They want to get a goal as well. If Burner took his time and allowed Charleston to move forward, it would tell you that Charleston are just taking a little bit of a step back in this period of the match. But the fact that he got it back in place so quickly.
1 hour in, no score. Charleston would maintain its stranglehold atop the table with a draw. At worst here tonight, Pittsburgh could jump over the top of the Battery with a win in a place they haven't won since 2021. Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and her team with you here this evening in the USL Cup. Good give and go here. Nice little turn from Barry. It ends up out of play as a goal kick on the way as Lasse Kelp does a really nice job there of defending. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 in the Sirius XM app. Much has really changed around the landscape of the USL Cup across all groups. Group 4 has maybe had the most shifting. Detroit City and Union Omaha have joined Lou City if their results hold with 6 points, and Indy 11 is right at 5 points. So Group 4 turning out to be a really good one. Rhode Island and Hartford, with their advantages, have jumped into the top 2 spots in Group 5. And Tampa Bay pulling away from everybody else with their 2-0 advantage rather against Sporting Jacks. But as can happen so quickly in this tournament, things can change in the blink of an eye, and Pittsburgh trying to do that right now. Barnes bashes it across. Martinez gets bumped, but it's a corner.
Well, Pittsburgh with an expected goal count of 1.28 compared to 0.66 to Charleston. So it's been the Riverhounds. We're talking about the complete game, not just the second half, but the Riverhounds are the ones really starting to force the action.
This kick goes back up top. Vieira back to All. He flares it in. Header ends up out.
With all the intensity and physicality in the first 45 minutes, it was always going to be an uphill battle for the players to come back out in the second half and maintain that standard.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. You can download it right now. I know you're a big fan of that game. I think you were playing it before we started tonight, right?
I actually had these two teams in their uniforms in my hands playing before. Charleston and Pittsburgh. I'm not going to tell you the score, but it was fun.
It's one of the secret tools of the trade of broadcasting, right? You get your mental reps by playing the video game.
Yes, I see the names in front of me, formations.
Second half has pretty much belonged to Pittsburgh. They have 3 of the 4 shots in this second half. They have handled play here in the opening 20 minutes, but still have not been able to find a breakthrough so far. Just 1 of their 9 shots have been on target so far. Vieira for the Hounds once more. Danny Griffin. Mertz threads the needle, All pokes it forward. Vieira flings it across, and it ends up out.
Well, Vieira has to hook that ball. He has to get right behind it in order for the trajectory to go towards that penalty spot. The ball is always going away from him. If he doesn't overcompensate, it's going to splice and go wide. Charleston still have Chris Allen rather, on the bench. Holding midfielder can certainly provide some more stability. And there's some tired legs in the middle of the park for Charleston as Pittsburgh continues to start ruling the roost in this second half.
So a couple 17-year-olds on the bench, Allen and Hughes. So having to use Wilmer Cabrera in the 15th minute to replace Blackstock. That depth, that late game impact, just a little more shallow.
Hughes can provide that target forward. They can go directly to him. He can hold it up and then spread it out wide to either Martinez or Foster.
One thing that both coaches have to keep in mind is we don't play the extra time, so you don't have to worry about 30 more minutes on any of these players' feet, but you do have to think about who are your best penalty kick takers, because that's where this game could be decided.
The game within the game.
To manage it just a little bit differently than you might on a normal night, knowing that if you get through the next 23 minutes, you might just need your best PK takers on the field. Can Charleston accelerate in the attack here? Foster gallops, stumbles, picks up a divot, and loses the ball.
We've seen so many players lose their footing tonight.
Goldthorpe. Twist that ball around. we'll get a substitution here. Charleston are making a couple changes. It's going to be Jack Wayne and Chris Allen coming in.
I feel like a wizard predicting Wayne and Allen coming in.
Ikaza and Foster are the two that are coming out.
Ikaza on a yellow card, and Foster, I think he ran his socks off in that first half on that right-hand side. But of course, Hughes, completely different type of forward than Foster. Hold up, 6'4" target forward. Foster was a nimble winger. And it looks like Hughes. Well, Allen has gone into defensive midfield, so too Hughes.
Sir, see it away.
All right, with 20 minutes to go, Mike, the game needs a goal, fair to say. First half was breathtaking. Second half, seems like Charleston have lost their way in midfield. They were doing a great job in using their speed down the sides to go around Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh has done a great job in counteracting that now and bossing the play.
20 minutes left, no score. Two of the top three teams in Group 6 of the USL Cup dueling it out here this evening, and Charleston trying to get out of here by still possessing the #1 spot on a field in which they have not lost in regulation since May 31st of last year. Michael Watring, Ryan Davis, and the rest of our team guiding you to the finish line here this evening.
Have to believe that in the back of Charleston's mind, at home, very comfortable, understanding that it's not a must-win game for them like it is for Pittsburgh, that they can maybe allow Pittsburgh to come on to them a little bit and try to get around them in a counter-attack.
Kelp commits this foul against Martinez. And there are two changes here for Pittsburgh. Indeed, Albertiqua is coming in. He replaces Trevor Ammon, who had that wide open header in the first quarter hour, but could not put it on frame. And Jackson Walty also comes in, replacing Danny Griffin.
With 8 goal contributions, he lives up to the billing every single year, Dikwa. And now they have a true #9 with 19 minutes to go and, let's say, a little injury time. Danny Griffin, the little train that could, is now off. Don't underestimate Danny Griffin's presence not being there in midfield. That little busy bee breaking up plays and orchestrating is no longer there.
It's the only kind of role Albertiqua will play the rest of the way. A big weapon to come off the pine for Rob Vincent.
Though I have to say, Walty is quite the midfield anchor.
Here's Jack Wayne, the recent Ohio State commit. Officially signed with the Buckeyes 4 days ago. His 8th overall appearance with the club, and be off to college in about a month or so.
Came from the Atlanta United Academy.
Onu pulls it back. Allen, who's so much in the middle of the field. This ball fires in. Barnes rolls it out. Dikwa resets. It's a great touch from Mertz. Immediately into the attack.
both teams just running out of gas in midfield. That would have been a blazing counter-attack in the first half. Now it's more of a trot. And Charleston get behind the ball. Now Pittsburgh win a free kick. Sort of lazy challenges, lunges again. There'll be a lot of free kicks being conceded in the last 18 minutes because of the tired legs.
The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Restarts, oh so valuable in these kinds of games. Long ball across and the header flares right into the hands of Bernard. Charleston have not had a shot attempt since the 48th minute. It's been about a half hour since their last chance. That was when Cabrera had that opportunity off the corner kick when Sheridan bobbled it.
I believe the Martinez Foster combination on the right-hand side never came to fruition in the second half. And that had completely assisted Pittsburgh, because that was the danger zone for Pittsburgh in the first half. Once that dried up, now Pittsburgh has taken control.
Martinez, his reach.
Just seems to be out of ideas at this point, Charleston. Again, coming on this right-hand side, but the pass has to be so exact as compared to what it was in the first half. Kelp and company are now sitting further back, not committing too far forward. And there are no more overloads on this near side because Foster has come off.
Well, half of the matches scheduled for tonight are going on right now. And of those 8, only 2 are scoreless, and both are in this Group 6. Loudoun and Richmond scoreless. They're just beyond the 1 hour mark. We are also scoreless in our matchup here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Will things change before the end of regulation? Are we destined for penalties? Dequa might change that. Brilliant first touch, but he's offside.
But look at that recovery from number 22. Akpinono put it into an extra gear, got right behind Dequa. Yes, it was offside, but you got a snippet of how athletic and versatile this left centre-back is. He's a right-footed left centre-back. That's always a problem. He doesn't have the natural tendency to look outside with his left foot to distribute. He keeps looking inside on his right foot, and Pittsburgh know that. Here he comes again. They're going to dare him to go outside. So disciplined in their pressing, Pittsburgh. Despite pushing numbers forward, they're still not overcommitting like we said in the beginning of the match.
Martinez. Sheridan comes out. Did he step across that line? Miguel Berry is right next to our official. I mean, to the naked eye, it looked like he crossed. It wasn't just his feet. It looked like his whole body came out with the ball.
Erroneous. That was definitely over the line. And I think Sheridan was fortunate.
There is no VAR, so we're not going to VAR. That ball is well played. It takes a bounce, and it's a fortunate skip back for Sheridan, who's had a couple messes here in the second half.
Well, that compact back line, and his Sheridan coming out. Does the ball go over the line? there at the last minute, it looked like it was at least on the line, which is all fair.
It actually wasn't as close as I think that I initially thought it was on that slow-mo replay. It looked like he did a pretty good job with his body control to keep it in.
See him here.
The Charleston Battery are right back here at Patriots Point a week from today, Saturday, June 13th, as they take on FC Tulsa. Kickoff for the match is at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are on sale right now. Get yours before the game and before they're gone at SeatGeek.com/Charleston Battery tickets.
Well, here's Sheridan coming off his line as quick as can be. And now he dances on the rope and keeps the ball on the line, which is all fair for the keeper.
That's a great angle. Great work by our team to be able to show you that angle and show you that indeed Sheridan was able to keep that ball inside of the penalty box.
Perfecto.
Bodies tangle. Charleston commits the foul. Cabrera against Souza.
Really thought that Apinono came in there. Souza was on the ground. The ball was in his hand, and Apinono kicked it out of his hand. Completely unnecessary. The referee thought it didn't warrant a yellow card.
Down to the final 10 minutes of regulation. We are still scoreless in this fixture here in a brilliant venue here at Patriots Point.
Look at the weather. Breeze. Beautiful for the fans. Have the flags out. The drums haven't stopped, Mike.
The last time these two teams finished scoreless was back in June of 2024. That was a 0-0 fixture. There was also one in 2018, but since 2014, there have only been 2 0-0 finals. And as I mentioned, the scoreless run everywhere else, Loudon has broken through. Thor Ylfarsson scoring in the 68th minute. So this is the lone remaining scoreless game. And this is a foul, and it is a second yellow for Kelp. He gets sent off. Pittsburgh will play with 10 for the final 9 minutes.
Gets his chance tonight to play in this cup match. Had an excellent shift. Was overwhelmed with both Foster and Martinez on that right-hand side in the first half. Picked up a yellow card at the beginning of the second, and he got his foot stuck in the cookie jar. It seems harmless, but he halted the attack. A professional foul. The referee has no choice but to give that second yellow.
So Kelp is done, and we had talked about it. Him picking up that yellow card in the 39th minute might play a key role down the stretch. And he gets sent off. And we're going to get a change for Pittsburgh as well. Aldi Flowers Gamboa replaces Charles All. A little more attacking out on the field. And
I believe this is his debut.
As well as Jorge Garcia comes in. It is the second appearance for Flowers Gamboa. He also played against Charlotte Independent 17 minutes in that one after spending last year with Texoma.
Now Mesa has proven he can put this ball anywhere he wants. Can he draw Sheridan out? No, he can't.
Right at the penalty spot. Second chance, near volley. Dikwa pushes it out. Wayne evades the first man, but not the second. A chance to break. Dikwa tries to pull away from the pack. Strong tackle, cleanly won. Here goes Pakimov. Cuts back. Pakimov still with it. Tries to find an angle. Lays it through the middle. Well, the game has already ratcheted up with that second yellow, and now Dikwa tries to break through the lines, but unable to do so.
But where do we begin? Poor ball by Messer to begin with. And Pittsburgh stay compact, stay disciplined. Pahomov tried to twist and turn to find some room on that left foot. He tried this exact same move in the first half and lost his footing.
Here's Martinez. Loosen up top. Suber threads the needle. Allen lays it back. Martinez gets an edge. Spins it in. Iqua draws the foul against Allen.
Love the mentality of Martinez. Did not want to give up responsibility. Took his player on, got to the byline. Another good cross. Again, well handled by Pittsburgh. But Martinez has shown that he wants to take responsibility and make a move.
Alec Hughes enters the match and replaces Douglas Martinez. Here in the final several minutes of this game. Can Hughes make the impact? The only player left on the bench in terms of field players for Charleston now is Cruz Held, the 17-year-old.
Well, Hughes can certainly help on goal kicks and any sort of set piece. You can use him as your target. But now decisions have to be made about penalties looming in less than 5 minutes.
Charleston still searching for that elusive second half shot. Have not attempted one since the 48th minute. Suber flares it in. The ball bounces off of the surface, tapped into the air by Sheridan, and he will try to manage this game now.
Aggressive play by Suber, coming forward in the last 2 possessions for Charleston. Looks to his right, snaps it back to the left, and good delivery. Just couldn't find the power for Hughes.
All sorts of contact there. It's a foul on Pittsburgh. Robbie Mertz is the one that earns the whistle. And it looks like Chris Allen is bleeding as well.
Chris Allen wants some repercussions, a yellow card because of the head injury.
I almost feel like it has to be. It was an elbow from Mertz that got Allen in the left side of the head. And Ben Pierman is asking the exact same questions right now. Doesn't understand how Robbie Mertz doesn't get booked.
But with Pittsburgh down a man now, remember they wanted to get all 3 points tonight. So in the last, well, let's say 2 minutes of injury time, so 5 minutes to be played again, they're going to be hesitant in pushing players forward because they're down to just 9 men. Question is, do they draw the game, try to win it on penalties, get 2 points, and live the fight another day?
Pittsburgh's last match in the group stage will be against Loudoun, second week of July. Suber, the former Hound. Akimov. Here's the teenager, Jack Wayne.
They need a good Messer delivery here.
Messer swings it in. There's nobody anywhere near the cage.
I thought the cross was fine. Hughes and company just completely lost the plot. Nobody was sitting on top of the 6-yard box in between the penalty spot.
A turnover. A good slide tackle, though. Nullifies. Like a good rush here. Akimov instead sends it back out for Messer. Wayne for Apononu. Akimov Wayne. Twisting and turning and leaving it back for the Russian, Pakamov. Smith. Back out Messer. Pittsburgh appeals for a foul. They do not hear the whistle. Into the 90th minute we go now. Pittsburgh playing with 10. Trying to find space, still unable to do so. Now Messer flares it in. It takes a bounce. Did it go out? It did. Sheridan thought he had rescued it from a corner. Instead, it is given away as a corner kick for Charleston. It will be their 7th of the night. And might this be the moment that the Battery are able to walk out of here with all 3?
Well, they're looking for it. Here comes the centre backs.
Messer walks it off. Nathan Messer slingshots it in. It skips off of the first. Aided outside of the 18 with a second. Oh, really good ball here. Cabrera gets the angle, cuts it across. Walty clears. Corner kick with 5 minutes of second half stoppage time.
They're going to have to survive a Messer corner kick here. And if his tired legs can deliver, it might be just enough to put enough pressure on Sheridan and McCoy and maybe allow Hughes to creep in, or Allen.
Messer sidewinds it across, back post, the header bounces wide left. Just did not quite have the angle from Apanonu.
What a delivery towards the back post. Apanonu showing up late to the party, and he headed on the wrong side of the goal. It was wide open. Sheridan was beaten, and he couldn't finish it. We've seen Arman, now Apanonu, have very good opportunities. This one was from 3 yards out, or maybe 2 yards. I believe he took his eyes off the ball at the last minute.
Charleston dashes in once more. They win a throw out of this. Scrambling defensively, Victor Souza. Pittsburgh down the final couple moments now. Pakamov leaves it for Suber. Wayne, he gets bumped. Probably would have lost that ball. It would have gone out of play for a Pittsburgh throw. Instead, it's a foul and a free kick as Flowers Gamboa commits the foul. The 18-year-old from Pennsylvania.
And just the side that Messer likes. On the right-hand side, he's now going to put this ball right into the kitchen of Sheridan and have him fight up with the big centre-backs. You can bet your life Apanonu, Smith, and Suber are going to be in the neighborhood. Does he go back to the last post again? I believe you drive it to the first post and have somebody just nod it in.
Messer smacks it in. Easily controlled out. There are plenty of options here for a ball. Messer, another chance at it. Allen back on the field, loops it in. Sheridan retreats. Makes a good clean grab this time.
Too easy. Way too easy for Sheridan.
The Battery's brand new 2026 home and away kits are on sale now at the Battery Team Store. Courtesy of Hummel, the club's official jersey provider. Check out the full line of Battery gear, including customizable 2026 kits by visiting shop.charlestonbattery.com or by visiting the team store here at Patriots Point on match days. I think you said that you're going to be getting one of these jerseys here.
Absolutely. Even if I have to walk to South Carolina.
This ball rolls out wide. Cabrera comes in. Cabrera crushes. And standing right in front of everything there was Owen McCoy getting the ball aside in the last couple minutes of this match.
The tricky winger from Bogota, just trying to creep through traffic.
It's a full-fledged assault here from Charleston in the end. Blasting corner across. Barnes heads it out. Wayne wallops off of a teammate. Would have been a moment to remember for the youngster.
Not the teammate.
Second chance here. This cross knocked aside by Barnes.
Excellent defending by Barnes. Understanding of Messer is very left-footed and stood right in the angle of the cross.
That ball skims off of Barnes's head. He's out for another corner.
They've survived set pieces, they've survived corners. Sheridan has been sure of hand when the ball is in his 6-yard box.
Messer drives it across. It's sent away by Barnes. Second chance. The ball is loose.
Oh.
Great ball for Messer. He circles. Messer tries to find an angle. Weaves around traffic. Messer throws it across. Sheridan steps in front of Pakamov and makes a clean grab here that might just get this to penalties.
Well, Messer has run his left sock off in trying to get the ball into the box for Hughes and company. But Pittsburgh and Charleston, we wouldn't have it any other way in a cup match. A slugfest, no goals. Time to go to the spot, which is only 12 yards out.
So that is where this match will be decided here this evening. From the penalty spot for each of these two sides to decide who gets the extra point. If Pittsburgh were to win this in penalties, it would mean Charleston would be at 7 points, Pittsburgh would be on 6, and Charlotte, with 2 matches to play, would be sitting there on 5 points and would determine the #1 spot out of Group 6 and a chance to get in to the knockout rounds. Well, scoreless through the full-time 90, and a chance for us to take a look back at how this 90 minutes played out in this one as we take a look back at the full 90 in this one. Michael Watrang, Ryan Davis with you. Full-time highlights presented by Michelob Ultra. And it was an early chance here for Ikazen, a couple inches. This game side netting, but just missed it.
Great delivery by Messer. Have to believe he's going to be in the mix to take a penalty with that left foot of his.
Well, you have 2 goalkeepers that are typically the #2s for their respective groups. John Berner, who Ben Pierman said has an uplifting energy about him and a great focus. We'll need that here in the penalty shootout. Meanwhile, Mike Sheridan, 24 years of age. Remember, he does have experience in MLS Next Pro with Philly Union 2, and one of the things of Next Pro is every match, regular season and postseason, goes to penalties if it's drawn after the full 90. So at the very least, the team is practicing those penalties, so he has that experience. How will that play out here in the PK shootout?
Well, Berner was part of the Hartford Athletic team that won this exact cup a year ago. Can he provide his own influence on this Charleston team?
So it's going to be Pittsburgh that is going to get the first crack at it. It's going to be Robbie Mertz stepping up to the spot. And in the loss to Charlotte, Mertz took the final penalty and he had his shot saved. He went low center with a right foot, and that allowed Charlotte to advance. What does he do here?
Usually give your best kicker the first go at it. Can he make a comeback from that last penalty save?
Pittsburgh tries to start it. Mertz mashes.
Oh, good
a
penalty.
hand from Burner, but it hits the netting. Pittsburgh 1-for-1 to start off the PK shootout.
Keep your pitter-pattering, keep your little taps, laces on the ball. Burner gets a hand to it, doesn't matter. All power, 1-0.
So 1-0 after the opening round. And as we move down the list, it is now Sean Suber's turn. Suber, 24 years of age, played 2 seasons in Pittsburgh, 75 appearances. And where is he going to go with this one against Mike Sheridan? To try to level it here in round 1. Suber connects and scores.
Well, he tried to shake Sheridan by looking to his left. Sheridan thought, well, he's obviously trying to bait me, so I'm going to go to his right. And Suber stuck to his guns, went straight to his left. You have to love the cat and mouse game. Who can get in each other's head? Suber, of course, got the better of Sheridan.
And now it is Jackson Walty's turn. Did not attempt the penalty against Charlotte. Walty drives this one right down the middle. Burner dives left. 2-1 Pittsburgh.
Well, anticipation is everything, but he went far too soon and made it too easy for Walty. I mean, Burner took off like he had to get his, like a phone call.
So now, Miguel Berry. The Spaniard has been well-traveled. Most recently with LA Galaxy the last few years. Tries to level it here in round 2. Berry swings the leg. Is another well-guessed area from Sheridan. This time does not get a piece. Berry scores. And we're tied through 2.
Well, the more the ball gets in the back of the net, a little less confidence for the goalkeepers on every attempt. So they're going to react just a little bit slower in case they go the wrong way. But I have to say, Berry put excellent power on it. Body language says so much. He looks like he's walking to the gallows.
Jorge Garcia subbed on in the 83rd minute. He scored at Charlotte the equalizer in the 82nd minute that forced penalties and kept their hopes of winning the group alive at the time.
Burner jumped the gun far too soon in his last penalty kick.
Garcia drives it. Burner denies this one. John Burner gets the right hand down and ladles it aside. Advantage Charleston.
Timing is everything. He picked his corner up, but he just stayed an extra half second and make sure not to sell it to the kicker. And he gets way down there, Mike, on a strong right hand. That was an excellent save. Wasn't that bad of a penalty?
So we stay 2-2 and a chance now to go out in front. Kirill Bakamov, Russian native by way of Marshall. Bakamov pummels and tucks it in the side netting. Charleston 3, Pittsburgh 2 through 3 rounds.
Well, Sheridan has been going right, left, right, then left again here. Come out, excellent penalty. Good height, low down, good power.
Well, how about this for a man stepping up? Ollie Flowers Gamboa, still just a teenager, only 7 career professional matches. 5 last year with Texoma, his 2nd this season with Pittsburgh. And this, the most important penalty that Pittsburgh has taken this year.
Burner was playing college soccer when Gamboa was born. Gives you an idea. Young against old. I shouldn't say old.
He's still younger than me. Massive moment. Flowers Gamboa slugs and misses the targets. And Charleston can win it here.
Well, you have to feel it for the youngster. He's going to learn from it. The more experiences you get, the better you grow. And the more you grow. Look at Diko coming to get him to help him back to the huddle. All is forgiven in the dressing room, but you have to put it on the target, Mike. You have to force the keeper to save. You can't let him off the hook. Love the idea, just hooked it too much.
So it all comes down to this now. Sheridan needs a stop to keep this thing going. Otherwise, Charleston win it in penalties. Joey Appanonu smashes and scores. 2 points for the Battery tonight. And the Group 6 leaders going into the final match day.
It took a heck of a save by Burner and an excellent penalty by Appanonu to beat Sheridan to bring it home. But Burner's save low down to the right was epic. That led the charge. Appanonu just put the cherry on top of the cake.
Well, that is exactly what Charleston, their best case scenario outside of winning in regulation is this. So they're 4 points clear of Charlotte, 5 points better than Pittsburgh. And our final score tonight, 4-2 in penalties, presented by Regions. We'll recap this action here from a festive Mount Pleasant, South Carolina in the Prinx Tires USL Cup in a moment.
Playing for an ultra?
We're playing for ultras. Brace you for an ultra?
Put an ultra on it. Don't forget, there's ultras on the line. Woo. I didn't.
Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. Our Regions Green Print plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Green Print. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
When you scan the Spinx app and buy this, and this, you save big at the pump on that. Plus, save an additional 10 cents off per gallon when you use Extras Pay in the Spinx app.
People who love delicious fresh fried chicken know the restaurant with the crispiest, juiciest out there isn't a typical restaurant at all. Taste the hand-breaded Southern fried surprise for yourself.
Spinx, making life easier.
Charleston outlasts Pittsburgh here this evening in a defensive matchup. Our man of the match, presented by Fix-It 24/7, is John Burner. Makes some critical saves through the 90 and makes the massive save in round 3 of the penalty shootout. Alongside Ryan Davis, Michael Watrang back with you here in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. And it was a defensive showdown, but it ultimately was a moment in penalties where Joey Appanonu won it for this group in the 4th round.
Yeah, Sheridan lost his confidence coming out to the last kick. Was going the wrong way for most of the time. Appanonu just had excellent technique and put it low down in the corner to ensure 2 points.
Play of the match presented by No Days Off, and it is a victorious matchup in this one. So it'll all come down to that final match against Charlotte Independence for Charleston, pending the result for Charleston against Greenville at the end of June. But Group 6 and the table ends up looking like it is Charleston's.
Stats. Looks like stats.
It goes through Charleston here as you take a look at the stats. They update here in real time. For a long time, Charleston had 5 shots in the second half, but at the very end, with Pittsburgh playing with 10, the Battery get a little onslaught, but they could never find that finishing touch.
It was a slugfest in the first half, end-to-end stuff, and a real good battle, very physical. In the second half, Pittsburgh took it to Charleston. The coach got it all right. Like you said, the red card came about in the 75th. Charleston got right back in the game and pinned Pittsburgh back. And the penalties, well, Bern, I have to say this, the keepers looked like they were losing confidence. He came up with a heck of a save to turn the table towards Charleston.
So it ends in a scoreless draw through 90, and the extra point belongs to the Group 6 leaders in the Charleston Battery. John Berner does his job in nets. Joey Appanonu scores the decisive game winner from the spot. And it's the Battery winning 4-2 in Pens. For my partner Ryan Davis and our entire crew here at Patriots Point, I'm Michael Watrang signing off. Thanks so much for watching. More Prinx Tires Cup action coming your way later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.